Over 25 years that you've been here, what have you seen changed? What have you seen evolved? What has the last 25 years meant to you and changed for you?
I think the law has changed. I think the way leadership has changed. When I started out, there weren't that many female lawyers, period, in litigation, and a lot of them were junior. And once we got a little bit more senior and they started to have families, they started to leave litigation and leave the practice of law. And I noticed that as a huge shift. And then when I was looking around, there weren't that many female leaders that you could look to or feel inspired by. And that's really where I've seen the biggest shift. We have so many female lawyers retaining and staying in the practice and thriving, not just staying in the practice, but thriving and excelling at what they do. And we have a lot more females in leadership, head of operations, managing partner. It's really significant and it's really good to see.
Has the system changed, do you think? Has it made...
Why were women leaving when they were having families before, but now they're staying?
So I think there's been an evolution, right? That work from home and work-life balance, it wasn't part of the conversation 25 years ago. And now it is. And I think the more women that come into leadership, the more we make space and the more we lead in a different way. Women lead with their heart. They lead with empathy. There's flexibility. There's that emotional intelligence. And that's really changed the culture. I don't think that's restricted to law. I do think that's throughout the world and society that you see more leading and making space for parenthood, making space for mental health, making space for people who have more than one thing to juggle at the same time.
Yeah, that's great news for our daughters, too.
Yeah, I think men have also taken some parenting on, so they understand that it's important to be part of the picture. So it maybe makes it more empathetic towards women also taking time and how hard it can be balancing and juggling. And just because you're not physically there doesn't mean you're not still working.
Absolutely. But I think that we're now allowing women to say, I have a family. I am a mom. It is part of who I am. And there's a power in bringing that forward and presenting that and saying, I don't have all the answers right now, but I'm going to get it for you and I'm going to get it done. And taking that together with our leadership style, I think that's really made a significant change.
And I feel like it makes for a better work culture. I mean, ever since being in the office today and you saying that over half of the lawyers here are women, it just must make it as a more enjoyable place to actually be and also be able to still be a mom.